Yo, what it do, what it is, what it ain't. We are back, and it's the Get Right podcast, man. I'm your boy T, and as always, man, I got the brain trust with me, man. We are back from vacation, man. Rod, what's happening?
What up, though?
Always short, sweet, keeping it simple, man. We know what it is, man. And Mr. Misconception himself,
Man with the
aka,
beard
aka,
hand.
aka, aka, aka. People love to hate him. DC, what's good, man?
Yo, that's right, man. The one y'all love to hate, the one y'all hate to love, the man with the beard in his hand. Shout out to the 80s. Let's go.
Hey man, you gonna have a dream, bro. You gonna be put in the 1980s, bro. I want you to tell us all about it.
I
When that
love it. Actually,
happens.
I actually love the 80s, bro. I just don't like 80s rap. But 80s movies, 80s cartoons. I'm an 80s baby, bro. I love the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm just
they'll
not gonna listen to rap. I'm listening to Michael Jackson.
Don't forget Prince, man. Don't forget Prince.
I don't listen to Prince, bro.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Nobody listens to both, bro. I don't give it. I don't care who.
Yeah, I do.
I listen to
So there
both.
you have it.
Nah, bro.
There you
Yeah.
have it. Now you know.
gotta,
Now you know
listen to
too.
both.
Hear me. Hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't listen to both, but I mean like who you rocking with. I don't know. Like you have to pick a side. There is no like, oh, Michael Jackson and Prince, they're the same. No, like you got to
Ooh,
pick a
all
side.
right.
Question on that
He
because
just set up a he just set up a question for the page
but
later.
I hear that a lot, and it's the same almost like with the Biggie and Pac. Like you can't like Big if you like Pac. Like what they don't even make the same type of music, so it's a different sound, and one is obviously probably going to catch your ear more than the other. I think Michael Jackson for sure got more hits, and it's got some slaps too, but it's like more like an organized noise type of sound, like live bands. It's got some rock elements to it. I would say like people can say you can listen to one over the other for just the sonics of it. Like sonically, I like one better than the other, but the way we make it seem is like you can't like equally like both, and they make completely different music.
Different. You got human.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I mean
don't- I
that's a
don't-
serious question though. Like that's a serious question. Like why can't you like one without the other? And the same with Big and Pac, right? We can go there too. Like it's like you can equally like them.
I don't think it's possible, bro. I don't think you can equal. You can listen to both of them. Let me just say that you can
You can't
listen
equally
to
like them.
Nah, I don't think so, bro. Like I mean, like
I respect
there's gonna be somebody you gravitate towards more. You know what I'm saying? Like there
Mhm.
is no middle of the road, bro. It's either you rocking with Mike or you rocking with Prince. Me, I'm rocking with Mike all day. I've never really been a huge Prince fan. I respect his musicianship, his artistry, his craft, his talent, all of that. But I'm not gonna listen to a Prince album, bro. Like I'll listen to a Michael Jackson album from start to finish. I'm not doing that with Prince, bro.
Okay.
Yeah,
I respect it. What
Yeah.
about
and
Big?
usually I see it both ways. Like somebody who really rocks with Prince, they rock with Mike, but they not gonna listen to a whole Michael Jackson album from start to finish. They just, you know what I'm saying?
Fair.
Which that's hard to believe though, that nobody will listen to a entire Michael Jackson album. Like he got some slaps, man. Some serious slaps.
Yeah.
I guess it's personal preference because I can see someone not truly diving into a Prince album. But Michael, that's like universal. It's like you universally have to like at least one. You don't have to like all of them, but at least one album you like, oh, I gravitate to that.
Yeah.
I
You would
mean,
think so.
he's touched every country and countries you probably never heard of. That was his reach.
Yeah, I would compare it to Beyonce, bro. Just like people
Oh
don't like
man,
Beyonce.
here you go. I already
Yeah.
know you heard the Midnight Cuts. I know you did.
Oh, the song she dropped.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it jammed to me, bro. Yeah, it jammed to me,
I already knew.
and I guess that EDM, that's the new wave where it's gonna be. I mean, Drake dropped a whole album of dance music. Beyonce dropped
I'm
a single
glad
of
you
dance
said
music.
something about that, man. So Drake, Black Twitter has not stopped. They have not stopped. It was a disappointing album. Rod and I talked. So DC, we got to put you in the fold for sure. Rod don't like it. You and I
don't-
both lived overseas, DC. So hold on one second, Rod.
But yeah, before you start, I don't say I don't I mean, it's just not for me. I'm not gonna say it's not.
Can't get jiggy to it.
It's not for me. I'm not. I like a song or two when he does that, but a full
A full
album
cut.
like that, it doesn't resonate with me. But we were out chilling when we listened to it the other day, and I'm like,
Hmm.
I can see how people would like it, like the vibe of it. But for me, just to be grabbing it and be like, yeah, I'm about to throw on this never mind. What's the name of the title?
Honestly, never
Whatever.
mind.
Yeah, honestly, never mind. Like it's probably not. I couldn't even remember the name of the title, bro. That's how much it resonate with me. It's not for me. So I'm not gonna diss it. I'm not gonna say it's not good. Like I'm sure people who listen to that type of music probably love it. You know, what I mean, it's like number one worldwide. So
All day. And in
shout out to him.
DC, we lived overseas, and I was telling Rob, I was like, in this element, this is where the EDM DJs, especially in Germany where we live, man, this is a killing. This is probably people would consider this a masterpiece because it's Drake, because of the name, but that was the sound, man. And you had people with glow sticks dancing in the club, you know, on something, and it's just a different vibe, man. And I don't know. I look at it; it was strategic, and you even said that too, Rod. You was like, "Yeah, this is had to be strategic. This is something strategic for me, man, and I respect it."
Well, consider this, bro. So, one, I like the album. I'm not gonna sit here and say I love it. Yeah, there's definitely the wave overseas. They listen to a lot of electronic dance music, EDM. But I think that Drake has gotten a lot of backlash over this album, mostly because he didn't warn anybody that he was going to be doing it. Like with Beyonce, for
Mm.
example, with Beyonce, she dropped an EDM single. You know what I'm saying? Her album don't come out till next month, I think. So like she's got time. She kind of basically put it out. It's like, hey, this is the energy I'm on. Catch up. Listen to it a little bit. Catch up. Whereas with Drake, he dropped a whole album. Like, this is who I am. Take it or leave it. And a lot of people,
For sure.
yeah, and a lot of people who are Drake rap fans were expecting a rap album and did not get a rap album. And so I could see how that would be disappointing. I would compare it even to Crit's album. You know, Crit dropped the album Digital Roses Never Die earlier this year, and he got a similar reaction, of course, on a much smaller scale. But he dropped the album that was not a traditional rap album. And so people who are Crit fans, big Crit fans, they're like, what is this bull? Nah, bro. Yeah, nah, we want them 808s. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what's going on with Drake. I like the album, and I listen to this kind of music all the time, especially at work. I listen to a lot of like electronic, chill kind of music, and so this kind of falls in line with that. I think this album is going to be good background music, kind of to Rod's point, have a little
Yep.
kickback or whatever, just something that's in the background and not too loud. You don't really care
Hmm.
what the words are about. It's just the vibe. And I listen to a lot of music like that, bro. So I think it's dope.
Hmm.
Also about electronic dance music is it gets remixed a hell of a lot. And I
What I
Hmm.
think,
tell you, Rob, when we were talking about that at the patio, I was
yeah,
like, bro, in Europe, bro, they will take this thing and it's going to get remixed
yeah, it's
and
gonna get
remixed.
remixed over and over, and that's it's just gonna make it live
And that's the
longer and longer and
DJ's
longer.
dream. That is the DJ's dream if you're an EDM DJ because,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
man.
You got
I
Drake
mean,
doing EDM, and then and then also on a lot of his songs, he left a lot of space open for the
mhm.
remix, for so people can chop up the beat and do all this crazy stuff to it. So yeah, it's definitely strategic, man. I think it's not that surprising because Drake has been making this type of music.
For sure.
He's just never made an entire album like it. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Even the song with 21 Savage feels like a bonus track, like it don't even belong
yeah.
on there. He just
Yeah.
kind of dropped it to say he rapped, you
Exactly.
know.
Well, I mean, when you look at the category, and I sent this to both of you right when it dropped at midnight, 'cause I was still up, expecting a rap album. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Man, you can hear it in
oh,
his voice. He was like, man,
man,
I was up. I can't believe I
I
stayed up for this.
Yo, it's
I
great. I
was
didn't even know
watching.
it was dropping
Yeah,
until Rod said something. I had
yeah. I
no
was
idea.
watching the Warriors celebrate. So I'm already feeling a certain type of way. So I'm like, well, Drake gonna drop something to make me feel better. And I saw dance. I'm like, dance. I text y'all like dance. Like what? But I listened to it anyway, and I was like, oh, yeah. So I was in the mood that moment. So it's
Yeah,
not
I
for
think
me.
I think Rod, once you kind of allow that shock, like, oh, okay, this is not the album I thought I was getting, and then you listen
Hmm.
to it with an open mind, I think you might like it more. But also, honestly, if you're just not into that kind of music, nothing's gonna make you like it. But if you just
Yeah.
are into that type of music, like me, if you'd have dropped this album 10 years ago, there's no way I'm rocking with it. There's no way in my
Yeah.
20s am I listening to this. But now, bro, I'm pushing 40, bro. I don't even like going out at night like that no more. Like, this is a vibe to me. So the only criticism I would say is I feel like he should have washed out his lyrics a little bit more. A lot of times with EDM, it's not so much about the lyrics. It's really just about the music, and the words are just like an instrument as well. You don't know what these
Mm.
people are talking about in these EDM songs. It doesn't even matter. It's just
Hmm.
it's just sounds. It just sounds. So with him, with this album, I know he, of course, he's still the artist and he's a superstar. So he put his vocals on top of the music. But generally with dance music, the vocals kind of kind
Yeah.
of are mixed into
You,
the music to
you just
where,
get the oomps, 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 oomps.
yeah, it's more so about that. And you know words are being said, but you have no idea what's really being said. That's usually, in my experience, that's how it usually goes. So but it's dope, man. I like it, bro. I like it.
For sure.
Shout out Drake.
Yeah, man.
Man,
Drake is
Black
smart.
Twitter
Oh,
been
also
posting.
as far as being strategic, this is his first album, independent or not on
Yep.
Cash Money. And
Hmm.
and also I didn't realize this, but COB Certified Lover Boy was his biggest album ever. I had no idea. I thought it was kind of a fall off. I didn't really love the album. It was decent, but I didn't think it was all that great. But apparently it was his biggest album ever. So he has the biggest album ever last year on his last album with his deal with Cash Money and them. And now he switches to strictly pop, which is going to be international. Yeah, it's strategic.
Mm.
It's strategic.
Yeah. The bag, he's securing it.
Secured, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
over.
been secured.
He just adding another lock on it, but that's what it is, man. And so switching gears a little bit because our last all spent with family, man. And yeah, happy belated Father's Day to y'all too, man.
Oh yeah,
Just
happy
spent some
Father's Day.
time, you know,
Likewise.
with the family. You know what I mean? Our last meeting, it got emotional, it got heated, with the recent events that happened in Uvalde and the recent events that's been happening across this country. But currently, the State Department and the mayor did find that police chief negligent for not sending those police officers in at appropriate time, man. And uh, it's a some form of justice, but I wish we wouldn't even be talking about finding anybody irresponsible and negligent. You know what I mean? But it was the right thing. I think we all talked about that, like how officers should be the first to just enter. You just go in that building, right? But to hear that news, I definitely wish. I hope that gives a slight comfort because it's not going to give a lot, but I hope it gives a slight comfort to the family. But yeah, but that happened this morning. I saw on the news, man, and it's something in the right direction. And even some gun reform laws are getting passed. So maybe we'll see some light at the end of the tunnel. But how y'all feeling about it?
I mean, yeah, I agree, man. I think it's a step in the right direction. I think someone's definitely got to be held accountable. The guys just basically sitting, standing around outside waiting for something to happen, ain't the move. One thing I've learned though about the police, and if anybody out there is a police, maybe y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but the police are actually not obligated to shoot people to defend us. They don't have guns to defend the people. The guns are there to defend themselves. And if anybody there that's a police, check me if I'm wrong, but the police are not actually obligated to like save our lives. You know what I'm saying? They're obligated to essentially uphold the law, and the guns are there for their personal safety and nothing else. And assuming that that's the case, then it kind of starts to make some things make sense that you see happen out here. But as far as the elementary school, um, yeah, I mean, it's good that the police chief is being held accountable. I'm wondering what that really means. Does that mean he's going to resign or be fired? Is he going to get I mean, what does that actually mean? Like that he's been found negligent? Like what's the
So
consequences of that?
the current thing, he was supposed to attend some hearings with city council and the community, and he's declined. They rescinded his leave of absence, so he now has to attend these, and he has to face those people who have an issue and who question what went wrong. If he does not uh attend these, he will be immediately removed. So they haven't looked at firing him yet, but a lot of people, folks are saying it's going to be hard for him not to even escape that wrath down the road as they continue to, you know, further dig in this investigation with what went wrong, because they felt like he definitely should have had those officers in that school quicker and gave that order to make it happen, but he did not. He
Yeah,
essentially waited to give that call.
yeah. I would like to see him in those meetings, man, or those hearings, or what have
So
you,
now he
bro.
has to show up. He has to show up
Yeah,
now. Or if he does now, and he knows now, if he's out, he's out of a job because he asked for a leave of absence and he did get it granted. But now with the mayor and the head of the State Department there, they was like, nah, bro, no leave of absence right now. You need to be here.
yeah. Ain't no leave of absence, bro. Yeah, come
So
on, get this smoke.
yeah, so I was
Mhm.
watching it on on the morning show, and there whoever the correspondent, can't remember his name, but he was saying he was there in the room and he interviewed some of the parents. But when they rescinded it, they made the announcement. They rescinded it. They said like the whole room went up and cheer because they want to see him, because
Yeah,
they already had 3 meetings he has not attended, and some of that came up like, yo, where's he at? 'Cause we got questions for him, not just y'all on city council, not just you as the mayor. We got questions for him, and so
mm,
now he got to show up. He got to show up to
yeah.
these hearings now, and so it's 5 more slated, and he needs to be there.
All right.
So, like I said, like hearing that, like okay, and the folks in that room, cheered for that, and they wanted that to happen. I feel like it was a little bit of comfort for them.
Yeah, rest in peace to the kids, man. I get it.
Absolutely.
I
For
get it,
sure.
man. You know what I'm saying? Your kids get shot up. You want answers, bro. You want answers ASAP, and you don't want
From the person
nobody.
in charge, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to the city council, shout out to the mayor, shout out to the head of the State Department who was there, who took it.
Yeah.
They took it, and
What's
they
what's
and
it?
they and they answered to it.
Yeah. What say you, Rod?
Ditto, man. We'll see how it plays out, but that's a
Yeah.
step.
All day. And speaking of steps, right, in in the right direction, and I hope we are going in the right direction as a community. And I'm gonna go a little secular. I'm gonna talk about the black community a little bit. We know some of us call her auntie or cousin, but Monique has been on a rant page a little bit, and some
Who,
things have cooled, especially with
who calls her that?
I would say probably Charlemagne, but
Oh
anyway,
yeah, about to say.
but
Yeah.
shout out Charlemagne, the God in the Breakfast Club. But there are we know she had a show. I think it was in Detroit too, right? Was it
It
in
wasn't.
Detroit?
It wasn't Detroit.
Yep.
And she was claimed to be she was supposed to be the headliner per the contract. She called, DL, Coon, Steve Harvey, so forth, so forth. DL, posted contracts, all of that. He's been following up, just letting people know, like, I am not going to be the aggressor in this situation. Good for him. So
Well, he didn't post the contract. I do want to say he didn't post the contract.
who did post that?
Monique
So,
posted the contract. Now,
all right,
what he posted was like there's some kind of like a call sheet. It's basically a lineup, just which showed him as the headliner, but it wasn't the actual contract.
okay,
Monique did post like the first page of the contract that basically said that she was supposed to be the headliner. Um, yeah, so take it for what it's worth. But I just want to throw it out there that he did not
yeah.
post the
Let's take it for
contract.
what it's worth.
Yeah,
I think though, the way she's just been carrying herself, and I mean, she's a if you look at her track sheet, she's a pretty, successful black woman. I'm not sure where the disconnect is. I am not going to expect you guys to think what that is, but something had to happen behind the scenes, whatever Queens of Comedy, Kings of Comedy in the past, or whatever the case may be, with Netflix. And I think DL always made this point, and he said it like multiple times every time he gets interviewed. He was like, "Look, when you're asking for X amount of money, that's a lot. Even with me, I'm not asking this excess amount of money, especially when folks are even struggling to pay their Netflix bill with everything going on in their lives." So when we talk about six-figure contracts, 500,000, 1 million, the Dave Chappelle contracts, let's go there. Um, is it a fair argument for her? And not even her being a female. Let's just say other comedians. If you compare
Well,
yourself to Dave Chappelle, because I think not. I think Dave Chappelle is just the upper echelon.
Well, she's B list. F that. She might be C list, to be honest
she
with you.
she she is C-list, bro, and you can't separate the whole woman factor because she's been standing on that. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So you can't separate the whole just as a comedian or as a woman because she has been standing on this like I'm a black woman, I'm a strong black woman. I'm not gonna let you do black women like this. I'm doing this for the black women. I'm doing this for black comedians or black women comedians and entertainers. So I don't think you can separate the two, bro. But
Hmm.
Okay.
but I will say I think she was dead wrong, man, and she was tripping. And you're seeing a long trend of her not getting along with people, bro,
Hmm.
and
That's concerning. That's concerning.
it's concerning. It's telling. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think it's beyond concerning. We know what it is at this point. She burns bridges everywhere she goes, and then even with that whole Netflix thing, bro, it don't. To me, it has nothing to do with her being a black woman. She's just not popping, bro. Like I don't really know what Monique has been doing, like in terms of entertainment, in terms of movies, in terms of film and stand-up specials and going on tour. Bro, I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? Like I know, but I know what Tiffany Haddish has been doing. I know what was it Amy Schumer? I might be saying the wrong, the
Amy.
white.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not a
Yeah.
huge fan, but I see her. She's visible. Bro, I only see Monique in the last 3 years, maybe, if there's some drama involved. Like I don't see her in no movies, no TV show. It's always just her on her soapbox talking about how she won an Oscar, how she was in this movie Precious that was what I don't know how many years old at this point. And the thing about
Hmm.
entertainment, bro, it's not about your resume. It's about what have you done for me lately. That's the
Yeah.
Hmm.
entertainment business. And if you're not popping right now, they are not cutting the check for you. Like that's
Hmm.
it's just that simple. You got to get yourself hot again. What's name just went back on the
And,
road?
and
Chris Rock, because Chris Rock
yeah,
got cold for a little while, and you know what he did? He started touring again to get his name hot again. So because I
Facts.
imagine he's trying to do
Facts.
something
Facts.
else. Like, bro, you don't just get deals because you are who you are. I mean, like it don't work
yo,
that way.
the reality is she's never been hot. She's never been popping. Like, yeah, she had a
You don't
show.
think so?
You had the
I would say the
yeah,
show and
man.
Queens of Comedy was.
Look, she's never been popping to me. The Parkers was not my. I mean, hey, I wasn't really a fan of that like that. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't my
What he
thing.
do to you,
Queen,
dog?
you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is with them, man. But at the end of the day, like she's never been in that upper echelon of actors, of comedians. Queens of Comedy was, I mean, y'all know how I feel about that stuff, but you know what I mean? And she's no some more to me. You know what I mean? Some more, I would be more willing to give her her own spotlights and stuff like that versus Monique, man, you know? But that's me. That's my opinion.
For sure.
So
And that was
Yeah,
2001, Queens of Comedy, and that was 2009, Precious.
come on, bro. We talking about over 20 years ago and almost 10 years ago.
I never
See,
seen
you got to
Precious.
I've seen Precious. It was a great
Oh, it's a
movie, and
good movie.
I
It's
read
a
the
good
book too.
movie.
Actually, I read the book first before it was
Never.
a movie. It was amazing, and
It's good. It's really good.
it was, and she earned her Oscar, bro. But here's my thing, also. Even let's just assume that DL did in fact try to play her. I don't believe that's the case. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go on that. with entertainment, I'm gonna just tell y'all a little something about entertainment who don't know. You could have something in your contract that states you're supposed to be the headliner. Now, most contracts, and certainly in industry practice, is if you're not popping, you could lose your spot. And it's been long documented. One person I can think of that happened to off the top of my head actually is a group, Boys to Men. Once upon a time, Boys to Men was on tour and MC Hammer was opening for them. And MC Hammer was his shows were so off the chain that people started to go for him and they made him the headliner. And Boyz II Men was pissed about it. But MC Hammer was popping. He was bringing the energy. You know, he had like 50 dancers and all this, that, and the third at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he bumped them off their own tour. He made Boyz II Men open on their own tour. Can you imagine? So it does happen. And these are men. These are men amongst men. So it's not a woman thing or anything like that. Now, fast forward to Monique in Detroit, bro. Let's assume that DL was trying to play her. Let's run with that, bro. What do you really think the needle is going to move if you try to cuss this man out and emasculate this man in front of a crowd who, oh, by the way, came to see an entertaining show and laugh? They didn't come to watch you complain about something that they don't even understand. And oh, by the way, even though Monique ain't popping, she probably has more money than the average person. So you're the
Mm-hmm.
average person. You didn't pay good money for this ticket. And now you got to watch Monique rant and rave for 10, 15 minutes, however long during her set because she's mad that she didn't open. That's one. Two, you're going to bring this man family into it. This man done brought up, excuse me, this woman done brought up this man's daughter. I think she had some kind of sexual assault thing that happened when she was younger, where she was dealing with some guy, and it was a public thing apparently at the time. But Monique brought that up. You know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with a contract dispute. Called this man gay. Talking about she don't know how his wife can go down on him because he's not a real man, and this, that, and the third. All this on stage, bro. Ain't nobody come to watch this. Nobody came to watch that. And then it makes me also wonder: did you even have any real material for your set? Because I'm gonna tell you all about sets, and T know this. You have a limited amount of time on stage. You can't just be
Indeed.
on stage as long as you want. So you went off for 15, 20 minutes on this man, but you are supposed to have a real set. So did you actually have a set, or was this supposed to be part of your set because you really didn't have nothing to talk about and you just needed something to rant and rave about? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just kind of makes me wonder, like, what is up with Monique, bro? And
Agenda based, right? It's like, hey, I got
yeah,
15 minutes, but I'm just gonna say this.
yeah, you ain't got no. Because if you got jokes, bro, tell them. If you got jokes, tell them. And if you felt like you should have been the headliner, kill that show so bad that the headliner don't even want to come out after you. Because we've seen
Mm-hmm.
that happen too. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I gotta follow that. That's how you kill them. Don't go on stage and call the man gay and talk about his daughter's sexual past or whatever. Come on, man. And then you're gonna talk about you champion for black women, but yet you're bringing up the trauma of another black woman, sexual trauma at that. Nah, you can miss me with that, Monique. I don't believe you. I do not believe you, and I'm actually believing everybody what everybody says about you, yo. Because everywhere you go, it's a problem. It's always a misunderstanding. It's always a miscommunication. Somebody's always trying to
Mm-hmm.
play her. Ain't nobody trying to play Tiffany Haddish though. I don't know why. All right, I'm done.
Nah, man. Hey, speak your truth, bro. This is what we talk about anyway. We talk about what's going on out here, and we share our thoughts and put some other light on it and different perspective, bro. But yeah, man, this hearing what you just said, man, it does sound like it was agenda based, and we know in show business, all publicity is good publicity because we're talking about it and it's still being talked about. So maybe she's taking that for what it is and running with it. Now I don't know
I
how
don't give her that
it's
much
going.
credit, but okay.
No, I am because we're talking about it, right? And many people are talking about it. And DL Hughley, man, has been amazing because every time he get asked a question, he doesn't say no comment. He'll make that one line or two lines the same, but it's still being talked about. And again, I don't know what doors that's gonna open for her because it's like you just said, she's almost negating a lot of opportunities, and that pattern is being shown. Like, this person could be difficult to work with, or this person is going to say this or this. So I think from that end, that's where it's hurting her. If it hasn't, but that's where it's hurting her because you have a lot of comedians and in that circle, women and men, like, uh, you know what I mean? That's where I look at it from her end. It's like, oh, you gotta chill, because if you're saying you want all of these rights or all of these privileges, what you're doing is you're erasing that day by day.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, she's just tripping, bro. And like as far as this whole all publicity is good publicity, I don't think it's gonna be good for her. I mean, because in this case, you're burning the bridges of the people that you need to be successful. You know, if you want to be in a
Agreed.
movie, you need directors, you need actors, you need a lot of support cast, and you've got a reputation of someone who is difficult to work with, and you can't sell tickets. You know what I'm saying? Because who's really buying tickets for anything that's Monique related? You know what I'm saying? So if you're difficult to work with and you can't sell tickets, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's next. You know what I'm saying? Reality TV. That's what's next. She gonna be on reality TV. You heard it here first, bro. I don't know. Housewives of I don't know
Nah,
some shit.
VH1 gonna give her a deal. She'll have her own show. She did reality TV. Real talk.
I
Because
don't see it. I don't see
reality
it, bro.
TV is nothing but drama, right?
I still don't think she could hold her own show. Even if she just was just walking around yelling and cussing people out for an hour straight, I don't think anybody's gonna watch it, bro. Like who gonna watch it? Rod ain't gonna watch it.
It's a lot of
You
people
know,
who just love
Rod's wife
reality
ain't gonna
TV.
watch it. My wife ain't gonna
Yes, you
watch it.
will. Yes, you will. They'll watch it. They'll be like, "Did you just see this episode?" I'm not. Will they watch the whole season? Probably not.
nah, they ain't gonna watch it.
But nah, they not, bro. And I'm not talking about one episode. Anybody, I mean, I'm talking about sustaining, like this is your career. This could go on for a few seasons, like Kardashians. You know what I'm saying? No, not at all. Bro, she ain't nobody trying to watch Monique for an hour straight. She
Man,
gonna have to. She
it'll
now.
probably be 30. It'll probably be a 30-minute.
No, if she had a cast of other, high drama people, then yeah, it'll be entertaining, like maybe Marriage Boot Camp or something like that. But she can't hold the show by her own, bro. And if you think about it, when has she ever? Because she came for DL because she was claiming him for being a opener for uh, Kings of Comedy. But this man has his own show. He has a radio show. I don't think he ever did
Yeah, this on
TV.
TV show too. Yeah, the Hughleys. Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Oh
The
yeah.
Hughleys.
And I ain't gonna lie, I
Yeah.
watched it,
That's on that thing must have been trash, bro. Because I don't know what you're talking about.
bruh. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was on for a minute,
2 seasons.
couple seasons, right? That's
That's
it.
not a
Was
minute.
it only?
That ain't that.
It was on.
I don't
It
know.
was on.
I'm joking, but that ain't. I
Oh,
don't know how long it's been on.
The Hughleys. You know me, man. I'm always looking it up, man. But they did 4 seasons, bro.
4 seasons. Yeah.
mm-hmm,
That four
Okay.
seasons, bro. That
Okay.
means somebody graduated watching this.
Okay.
mm-hmm.
All right.
Somebody graduated watching that. They went to
Yeah.
school, graduated watching that. So yeah, man. He's been successful, man. And for him to
Yeah.
open up, that's great. I think it's that comparison when she said that, I was like, okay, yeah, you were the headliner for the Queens, but
20 years ago. Like, why are you still talking
yeah,
about that? Like, bro, that's like imagine you go to your high school reunion. Imagine you go to your high school reunion, right?
I once scored 4 touchdowns in a high school game, bro.
Right. It's like, bro, why are you still talking about that?
Shout out
Like,
L Bundy.
yeah. It's like we got kids. Maybe some kids got kids. Like, we done moved on. We done bought properties. We done took trips. We done built assets. And you talking about football? You talking about 4 touchdowns in high school?
All day,
That's
bro.
that's Monique. You sound like a loser. Why are you still talking about something from 20 years ago, my guy, my lady? You know what I'm saying? Like, you sound real like you peaked too early. That's what it is. She sound like somebody who peaked too early. The people in
Mm-hmm.
high school, man, they was the shit in high school, and you see them today, like,
You're
man,
average.
homie,
You
in
basic,
high
bro.
school, you was the man, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Curtis
Like,
Jackson.
yeah, and that's her.
Hey,
That's Monique, man. She peaked in high school, bro.
But it is true. She does bring up
Yeah,
that.
all the time, bro. She brings it up all the time. When she did that interview with Charlemagne on Breakfast Club, she talked about being the queens of comedy and Precious. That's all she talks about. And it's like those were both great. Those were iconic, but you got to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Like this is entertainment. You know what I mean? If you're not entertaining today, nobody cares. And if you think about it, by her audience, how many people, I guess, from her audience that shoot, I can't even get my words out. Probably people probably didn't died. You know what I'm saying? Like half her audience probably done passed away
Oh
because we
man.
talking about something that's 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like she don't have no audience, bro. You got to appeal to some younger people.
Her
You
supporters
know,
are all gone, bro.
bro, they all gone. Yeah, they all gone. Dog. And now she ranting and raving about it. You know, get over
What's wrong with you, man?
it. I'm not popping no more.
You
All
killed
my
up all you killed up all her supporters.
bro, all my fans are dead. DL, I gotta open up for
Yo.
DL Hughley. You know what I'm saying? DL Hughley used to be the opener. Now I'm the opener. Yeah, that was 20 years ago, man.
Oh man.
Uh,
Oh man, it's all about your network, man.
it's
And
all about your network, bro. For real.
speaking of that network, man. So interesting. I was on Facebook, man, reading, scrolling on the timeline. And I saw a post from a friend on the book. And he was like, this is the dumbest thing someone has ever said. And the quote he shared was, you can get in more places by networking than any degree. My man had about over 100 comments on it. A lot of people agreed and a lot of people disagreed.
And you said he said that was the dumbest quote.
Yeah, it was the dumbest quote he ever read. And he believes, like, hey, pick up a book. Get off Facebook. That was his comment. Get off Facebook, pick up a book, and get your degrees. And that's cool. And I respect that.
I don't.
For
But go
me, I
ahead.
do. Yeah, pick up a book. No, the last I respect the line. Pick up a book. Get your degrees. Be successful. I'm with that. But I am a firm believer of networking, and
D-
it has
degrees,
and it will
but degrees
take
don't
you in
equal
further.
success.
They don't.
No, your man's a lost T. I'm gonna keep it a book.
Oh, a lot of people was like, nah, but it was crazy for me. Crazy. I'm gonna say that word crazy right now because I thought it was a little weird for people to say facts. I'm like, no, that can't be the only thing. Like you can't just say facts and really ignore that message.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that
wish.
shows that that's an uneducated thought process. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of contradictory of what he's trying to say. Networking, as I learned in my adulthood, is man, it's extremely undervalued in your youth years. So I let DC, go ahead and do his thing. I didn't mean to cut you off, my guy,
Oh
but
yeah,
No,
you
you
about to,
good,
you
bro.
about to
for it.
give us numbers.
No, I ain't got no numbers, but I will say I wish that I was on that thread or part of that
I
thread
thought about tagging y'all. I did. I was like, I'm gonna let this breathe. I'm gonna see how it go.
only because I want to know who was on that thread so I can make sure I have nothing to do with them people that believe that a piece of paper is more important than some networking. Rob was quite eloquent, sir. I like to, give you a pat on the back for being just that was just very, very well put and very eloquent and PC. But I'm gonna keep it a buck, man.
Mhm.
Those people are stupid, dog. And anybody who thinks that way, I want to stay around from them because they're gonna drag me down. Because that's the
Mhm.
dumbest thing I didn't heard.
Mm.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you something. I got a degree. You know what I'm saying? I got the piece of paper hanging on the wall. I'm looking at it right now. And as proud as I am about it, man, half of what college is not going to school. It is networking. You know what I'm saying? Like college is not, bro. Kids go to Harvard and this and the third. It's not because Harvard has such better professors than everybody else. It's because Harvard is the hub of networking in higher education, bar none. That's why
Mhm.
Harvard is what Harvard is. It's for the network. Yeah, you got to be smart. Yeah, you'll probably come out a little bit smarter, but you're going to come out knowing Mark Zuckerberg. He went to Harvard.
Mhm.
You're going to come out knowing Bill Gates. he went to Harvard. You're going to come out knowing all these influential people who are not in the spotlight, who going to put you where you need to be. Your man had the quote, right? You know, another quote I've heard, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all heard that one?
Bars.
y'all
100%.
heard that one? So
Yep.
I don't know. I think your man is lost, bro. And honestly, anybody who thinks like him, I don't want to be around him, bro, because that don't make no sense whatsoever. Like, matter of fact, you can get more places through networking than a degree.
100%. If I can get to the door, if I can get in the door, how many papers or resumes have been slid to the side because you don't have that connection? You never have the opportunity to show what that degree has taught you. A network or knowing someone can get you an advantage. It's true. Like Tia tell you right now, bro. Like if he in our day jobs, if T put his stamp on something because he's the mayor, it's highly likely that that person at least gets an interview. You know what I mean? They might not get the job, but they at least get an interview, which is a step farther than they probably would have got if they just was, Joe Schmo off the lot. You know what I mean? So I agree, man. That is a very idiotic way of looking at things. And I agree. I wish I would have taken the approach of networking, and who knows, man, maybe I do. I don't know. I don't think Greek was for me, but I think there are other areas that I could have improved on my networking skills. And still to this day, I still can get better at that because it's never too late. We actually talking about, well, we talked about it and it's going to be a real thing, picking up golf, bro. That very same reason. How many people you
Man,
meet on
come
a
on, let's
golf
talk about
course?
it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? How
yeah.
many business deals are made on a golf course? How many connections have you just been able to be introduced to, or different opportunities you've been able to be introduced to just by meeting someone? You know what I mean? And understanding, like, damn, you're cool. This podcast, hell, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know DC. I barely knew T coming into, well, not before we came into this, but going into the pandemic, I barely knew T. And obviously DC and T had a connection, and they somehow brought me in. You know what I mean? I'm the third wheel, even though, he calls me the trust. I'm really the third wheel, bro. And it's all
Hey,
because
he
of
captain
who he
everybody.
knew. All because of who he knew, though. And that's how you get things done. So if we go on to, plug, hit a high percentage rate on, what I mean, the amount of listeners that we take in, and then we start monetizing, obviously this is a prime example of how networking can create something bigger than what a degree. Because I don't even know, DC, what you graduated with. I can tell you my degree was in general business management. Has nothing to do with what I do on a daily basis, to be honest with you. Has nothing to do with this podcast. Has nothing to do with some of the quality skills I've learned throughout the years from other people. And
Hmm.
my man, your homeboy, I don't know him. That's your guy or whatever.
I
But
mean,
he
we ain't
obviously
dogs. I
having.
mean, he's a cool dude when I work with him, but it was just like, yo, when he said it. No, listen, because I responded, and it's funny you
Hmm.
said that, DC. I said, hey man, the post you shared got truth to this. I'm gonna give you two sayings. One, good old boys club. Two, it's not always what you know, it's who you know.
Hmm.
Hey, get your education for sure, but you will notice even through many successful folks, they have one leg up from alumni, fraternity, friend of family, friend of friend.
Hmm.
That's just the name of this game, bro. That is just
Yeah.
the name of this game, bro.
And that's the name of just about every game, bro. I mean, to Rod's
Every
point,
game.
my first real job out of college came through networking. It had very little to do with my degree. My degree is in exercise support science, by the way, and I've never used it at
Mm-hmm.
all. And I've never had a job where I would have needed that degree. I've applied to some, never got them, but after I kind of went down a different path, I just never looked back.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it is all about networking, bro. I mean, the way that we linked up um, it was a direct result of networking. We didn't took trips together. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just based off the network alone, bro. And honestly, I've made more money through networking activities that I've done more that got me through the door through networking than a degree ever would have. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
that's so yeah. It's just I don't know the fact that somebody would say that it just makes me think that they might be a bottom feeder, honestly. And that's just because they maybe they just don't know any better. But I mean, I don't know how old your man is, T. But my thought is
We
if
all in
he's,
the same age group, bro.
hey, that's a red
Yeah,
flag for
And
me,
yeah.
bro.
so, with that being said,
You too old to be thinking like that.
someone made a comment. Someone made a comment, and it had to be one of his close homeboys because he was like, "Bro, we on the crab on the barrels mentality when you make that statement
Yeah,
because yeah, in our hood, in our environment, we not helping networking, but outside of our walls, that's the game. Now, there's
Yeah,
some
and
truth to that. There's
I
a
don't.
little bit of validity to that. That some of us in our community aren't looking the one leg up, but we are prime examples of what that does not look like because we all giving each other this one leg up. We came together to do a podcast. We've been shouting out other businesses, not just to do it. We want to see other people thrive, right? And so it's about that network, bro. It is about that network. But there are some people, like you said, you're still confined in that hood, those walls. You're not seeing that big picture, bro.
yeah, definitely not seeing the
You,
big picture.
you need to tell your man to go listen to every skit on the college dropout, bro. That's it.
For real, for real, bro. Yo, that man lost, though. Like that's your man's T, but your man's is lost. And
It was it
don't.
was, it was crazy. I was like, wow, all right, man. You know, you're always entitled to your opinion, but it was crazy for me, not just the post, but it was a lot of people like facts, truth,
Mhm.
men and women. I'm like, well, I wonder what you've done in life or what have you gone through, or maybe you're missing the bigger picture where you forgot someone got you a opportunity. So maybe you just thought like, oh, I'll just reach out to my friend and he's just gonna do it because that's my friend, and you're missing the point that no, it's the network and the relationships you built is why they did that for you.
Yeah, man.
You know what
And
I'm saying?
I think we touched on this before a little
Absolutely,
bit,
man. Shameless
but
plug, Blacker the Berry episode.
yeah,
Tune in. Crazy.
exactly.
We talked about that months ago, and we still have people out here who are not seeing this.
Because like my general business degree is very vague, so it can take me pretty much anywhere. And again, it didn't really correlate to what I do now, honestly. I mean, did it give me a glimpse of some leadership skills, maybe show me how to work well with others, right? Yeah, it did. I do believe in educating yourself and making it a focus to learn more about something, but to put out a statement to say one is more important than the other, meaning that the education part of it is more important than the network, and it's just silly, man. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. I
All
know
day,
Yeah,
it's
because you
kind
can
of
have all the book smarts in the world, but you cannot have that street smarts, and you're gonna get taken advantage of quick.
yeah,
mhm.
that's a fact, bro. And you know what? I would put myself in that category. I don't think I'm street dumb per se, but I have been able to travel in some circles that otherwise I would not if it was just me. Like because I
Mhm.
was standing next to this man or standing next to that woman, I got a pass for being someplace maybe I probably should not have been. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be
Facts.
in the seediest of places or the highest of places. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in both places, and both times I felt like I don't belong here. They're gonna see through this, but it's all good because I'm with such and such. You know what I'm saying? I got that cosign, I
Yep.
got that
Yep.
stamp,
Yep.
so I'm good. You know, so like it's a real thing. Even like my daughter, you know, my daughter, she's in college down in Florida. She wants to get into film and whatnot, and I talked to her and I asked her about school and I asked her about books and stuff. But I spend more time talking to her about what happens outside the classroom than anything else, because I feel like what's in the class is kind of easy. And what I mean is you got an A, B, C, D, F. Like it's easy. Like I'm gonna know real quick whether or not you're being successful or not just off your grades. But that networking, that's intangible. Tell me what you did after hours. Tell me what you did after the homework. And I'm not talking about yeah. I want to hear about your friends, but what are you doing that you can use for tomorrow? Those are the kind of conversations that I have with her, and And I love this conversation because actually that gives me more confidence that she'll walk out with her degree and she'll be prepared for the real world versus somebody who sat in their room all the time. And we knew some people like this in school. They did great in college, but they were either in the dorm room or in class. They had no life. They didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of wonder where they are today. Actually, I don't really wonder. I just have a feeling they're probably somewhere being miserable. But like life is just more than yeah. I mean, it's a miserable life not to have a network. Because when you're talking about networking is such a broad term that literally envelops everything in life. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? If you have a good network, if you got kids, you got babysitters on deck. If you got a good
Mm-hmm.
network and your money get funny for some reason, you got somebody you can probably hit up without having to go to the
100
bank. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Bro,
The
if you need
power's
help
out.
moving,
Talk that
if you
talk.
need help moving,
Oh, you gonna go there? You
Yeah.
gonna go there?
yeah,
Hey,
you know what,
that's
T?
You
it.
gonna go there?
That's
You gonna
it.
go there?
When you live on the third floor, you trying to move. If you ain't got no network, you gonna be paying 2 men in the truck. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So,
Hey,
yeah,
shout
bro.
out to you, bro, driving the hour, man, to come
Facts.
help me move
Yeah, bro.
in the middle of the summer.
In the middle of the summer and in the middle of the week. It wasn't even a weekend. It was a
Nah, it
weekday.
wasn't. It was a weekday, bro.
Yeah, I had to go to
No
work
Facts,
cap,
bro.
yesterday, bro.
no cap, bro. And I'm talking about we
So
was going up and down some stairs.
Yeah, bro. Getting that workout in, burning
I
calories.
mean that's real, man. I was just looking at something, man, and I think this quote will embody what your response should go back to your man's with. It's from my guy Robert Kawasaki, who I don't know if y'all know
Rich
who
dad,
that
poor
is.
dad.
Rich
That's
Dad,
right.
Poor
Yeah,
Dad.
that's
Yes,
just that
sir.
for that, bro.
Yes, sir. So he
He
said
nice. He got bars.
the he
He
said
ain't a rapper.
the richest people in the world look for and build. Everyone else looks for work.
Facts. Big.
Facts.
And I heard that quote too. I read that quote, and that's a big fact. And it took me a while to really grasp that. I mean, I was definitely in my maybe late 20s before I truly. I mean, I always knew, but it wasn't until I've been out here a little bit that I really started to understand that like the network is the most important thing. Like people will, and I'm not saying that this is me, but people will bring you on to do a bad job if they like you.
Mm-hmm. For
Like
sure.
they'll know how man such and such ain't about. But man, you know what? He's a cool dude, man. Go ahead and call him up. Like people do that all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, bro. Talk to your mans, T. Talk to your mans, bro.
I said what I said,
You
and
did.
about like
Yes,
four
sir.
people hit the like, and some people were commenting behind me like, "Yep," like that. Somebody's responding behind me like, "Yep." I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, bro, like, come on, man, we got to be better than that, man."
We gotta be
And
better. And then I would have unfriended
you
his
know,
ass.
I,
I
I
don't even
hope,
want that
I
around
hope,
me, bro.
I hope the folks who were telling them like, "Hey, bro, there are people who are working in the same company as us, doing the same thing we are with degrees, bro." And
Yeah.
they humbled, bro. So like, it's about the network, man. And I just hope that he got some takeaways from it. I hope he took a step back. And anybody who listening, if you think that as well, just take a step back and even rethink some of the times you may have called somebody and they did you a quote unquote favor. They ain't have to do it. So just take a step back, you know. Because as we were talking, I was thinking about it, man. DC, we was up there in Germany, bro, and we were working at that PX. I was working in the PX, and that's the base exchange for those who don't know.
Hey, got that job through the network. I got that job through T. I applied.
Mm-hmm.
He told me, and I
I
got an
told the
interview.
supervisor, like, "Yo, Lord, that's my man." Like,
Yeah,
yo, that's my man's right there.
I
But
got
here's
that
the
job through
thing:
T.
I was working in a different city than the school we were going to, and they said I had to apply again online to the new spot closer to our school. The manager at the city I was going to high school at made a phone call, was like, "Yo, they'll call you in 2 weeks and give you a start date."
Mm, there you go.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking about that now. Shout out, and his name was Gary Hoback, one of the coolest old Old
Wow.
white dude,
You
but he
got
was
good
like
memory, bro. I
hip,
don't know
bro.
nobody name that I used to work
Man,
for back.
hey,
I don't
bro,
know.
you know what I'm
I don't
saying?
remember anybody from the PX, bro. Like except for
Well,
you,
I mean, I remember people who looked out for me. You know what I'm saying? There's
for
people who looked
sure,
out for me.
for sure.
You know what I mean? And that was crazy. Like I had to apply online because it's fair. Everyone had to apply online. But he was like,
Yeah.
nah. You going to school down there? I'm gonna make a call to the manager over there.
And speaking of network,
So that's
bro,
crazy. So that's his network and his sauce, right? He
and
had
then
to do
think,
that.
hey, let me pick it back on that, bro. They didn't posted a job online that nobody had a chance of getting. And I've applied to jobs that I knew I didn't have. Like I know I learned later on that I had no chance of getting. The job was already spoken for, but you have to
Hmm.
post it because you don't want to seem as being like prejudiced or biased towards
And this is
anybody.
a real thing, bro,
That's a
everywhere.
real
Whether
thing.
you
Yeah,
Fortune 500 or you at a
yeah,
mom and pop store.
yeah. They posted a job nobody else had any chance of getting, bro. And that's just the way the world works. That's networking. And I would say it's for the better. I mean, sometimes it can suck, I guess, depending on what side you're on. But I can attest, and I am biased, but I can attest that T go to work, bro. I don't know what goes on up in Fort Mill, but from what I or Charlotte, but from what I've known and from working alongside T, that man is anything but lazy. You know what I'm saying? And so the man showed up, the man shows up, he shows out. He's gonna have a good time, but he's gonna get the job done. And so I would say that your boss in Heidelberg plugging you for the one in Mannheim, yeah, that's the network, but also you earned it in that you put in good work with that other branch, and you was able to move easily, which I think you've earned that right. And but it still comes a part of networking, bro. So yeah, but that's big facts.
Appreciate you, bro. It's all
Yes,
love.
sir.
But yeah, I'm thinking about it, literally thinking about it. I know we 20 plus years, right? I'm Monique right now. But it's crazy because somebody else, I'm thinking now, somebody that we were on campus with probably applied for that job.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So they can have a little bit of money in their pocket.
Yeah.
But
No.
my man was like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
Don't even go online, bro. This is what you about to do.
Yeah. And bump them other kids who that's on
And
them. They
literally
need,
I got a phone call in 2 weeks asking
yeah.
when I could start, bro. That's crazy.
Yep.
That's the network.
That's the network.
I missed y'all, man. And I definitely want to get some guests because I want some people to argue with us. But healthy. A nice healthy argument. And join, man.
It don't have to
And
be
shout out
arguing.
Boy, because I know Boy said he wanted to come chop it up with us, man. So I think, man, we might have to get Boyd on here, man.
That
It might be
that's
very entertaining
that's all it is. Just chopping it up. We ain't gotta argue. You
all
want to
day.
be on, bro. We gonna chop.
I think he would be very entertaining. And people's like, who is Boyd? Maybe we'll find out if we can get him on the show.
Yeah, y'all gonna find. Whew, y'all gonna find out. We're gonna.
We had to get some people on here, man, to spark some more energy, man, and keep this thing going.
That's
Rod,
my
how you feeling,
replacement.
man?
That's my replacement for season 2. That's what it
Nah,
sounds like.
Yo,
and we
you
can't cut out
wild,
the
bro.
brain trust, bro. And don't like. And I'm negating everything you said, talking about you not the brain trust, because during this pandemic, as we grew closer in our friendship and even our families, bro, you were always doing this. And I'm gonna call you out and embarrass you, bro. My man was already doing the quote unquote, just a little the inserts. He was doing dry runs of the podcast, honing his skills, and myself and DC just having to jump on that train, bro. So this was always yours, man. And we are proud to make it ours. You know what I'm saying? But you started it, bro.
Oh man, I don't know about all that, but I
Come
appreciate you,
on,
bro.
bro. I'm calling you out,
Appreciate you.
bro. I'm gonna embarrass you, bro. I know, even though because it's affirmation as we continue to get more listeners and followers. And thank you for more listeners and followers. If you listening, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I know you don't want us to go on TV yet, but we gotta get you there. We gotta get you there.
Hey
You
man,
know, I've always heard you say the word brain trust, T, but I'll be honest, I never really knew what that meant. But I just Googled it. A brain trust is a group of experts appointed to advise a government or politician. That is interesting. I've never
Mhm.
known what a brain. I mean, brain trust just sounds cool, but
It sounds dope, right?
I never really
It's
knew
better than random rod.
better.
So
For
That's why I
sure.
said double R. See, double R sound dope. You know, it might be random raw, but double R, like it has a nice little ring to it, bro. Like I'm the king of nicknames.
For
You
sure.
know, double R. Because somebody say, "What's up, double R?" They're like, "Oh, that's double R." But if nobody knows, like nobody knows it means random rod, then it kind of kills it. But double R just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's double R? Oh, you double R? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, double R. But yeah, man, yeah. So I guess he's not. I guess you're kind of a group. I don't know. And, you're advising. Yeah, you advise the mayor. You know what I'm saying? T. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Now it's making sense. Now it's
There
making
it is.
sense.
There it
Yeah.
is, man.
bro, I hate you. So
Yeah.
Rod, man, as always, see, brain trust, right? He about to break us down, man.
For sure.
You got a quote for us and for anyone else, man, that's gonna listen, man, and get them through the week, the month, the day. You know what it is.
I thought Rich Dad Poor Dad was the quote, but
That
hey, go
was some
ahead.
Hey,
bars, bro. Hey, two
hey,
for one. Today is a two
yeah.
for one special.
I got 3 for 1 because
Ooh.
Okay.
it was one that tied in with that too. That we used to say this a lot coming up, and it just resonated with me just now. Remember, we used to always say your network equals your net worth.
Yep,
You ever heard that quote?
I
Yeah,
have.
that was something that I used to hear it constantly, bro. Now it all makes sense. It's full circle, bro.
That's
Sorry, that
right.
just popped in my head. But the quote that I wanted to leave off with is from our former first lady, Miss Michelle Obama. Say
Shout out.
success, yes, sir. Success isn't about how much money you make; it's about the difference you make in people's lives. Remember that.
Mm. Yeah, that's a fact.
Man,
Yeah, that's
People in the
real.
back, remember
all
that.
day.
Yeah,
All
that's real.
day. What the kids say, bars.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Man, another dope episode, man. I feel it's always a dope episode. It's always a great episode. Why? Because I get to talk to you guys and I get to have people who reach out on our page, hit us on the inbox, and they feel excited to hear what we're talking about and be engaged. And I hope we can stay engaged with y'all and you continue to stay engaged with us. And that's all I got, man, because it's all peace and love, man. Love y'all fellas. And cue the music.